Hi loves, it's a new week and here we are going on with so many things going on in our world right now. And I told you I'd let you know where I stand on things. So in case you wanted to use me as a trauma recovery coach, you would already know certain things that wouldn't be a surprise to you. And this week I'm just going to go over the different things that have been happening in the news, how I think about things on these different subjects, and we'll just go from there. And the first one, I will be talking more about race because what I first need to know how I grew up. I grew up in southern states, two southern states. Well, I would consider Oklahoma southern, where I grew up. The first one was in Tennessee, outside of Nashville. We did have different races there, but I'm still white, and so what I was around was mostly white people, not all the time. And then when we moved to Oklahoma, it was in the southeastern part of the state. It's called Little Dixie for a reason, and there were no black people in that town. Now my parents were, my dad was, when I was growing up, first part was had his own LP gas business, and then he was a teacher when we moved to Oklahoma. My mom had been a teacher the whole time, so they were both educated, and they also came from a background of very educated people, especially on my dad's side, and strong women. So I was taught a lot of things at home that I wasn't taught at school, especially towards different races. So I already knew a lot of things, but I did realize once I got older, I was going to have to educate myself because I didn't realize how systemic things were. And this was back in the late 90s. So whenever I had a class that was extracurricular when I went back to school, I took something that had to do with race, or like some of the things I took. One of the things I really remember was Harlem Renaissance writers. Awesome. If you can ever take something like that, do please. Because you, as you're growing up, especially if you grew up like I did, you miss out on so many good writers. So I had learned, even at that age, I needed to educate myself. So what you can do is go out and educate yourself. And it's so much easier now than it was before. So there's really no excuses not to do it. Now, having said I grew up the way I did, when I got married and I got around people that were much more conservative, it didn't take long for me to even start thinking certain things. And I don't know if I ever said things out loud, but thinking certain things like, all you got to do is work hard and pull yourself up by your bootstraps, that kind of thing, which was crazy talk, because I knew that wasn't true. But that only took like 5 years. So I can imagine having grown up in that. So yes, I will be more patient with people, but at the same time, I will tell them they have to go get educated for themselves. Go out there and have a great day.